Hi boys and girls, and welcome to today's writing lesson. Today in your booklet you get to write an informative text about an animal that you get to choose. And today we're really thinking about the purpose of our writing and who our audience is. I know that my little brother and sister do not know much about polar bears, and I want to teach them. So my purpose is to inform my brother and sister. That's my audience. And I'm going to provide interesting scientific facts to engage them in the writing. And that leads me to our learning intention for today. We are learning to write an interesting message with a purpose. I wonder what your purpose is today, and I wonder what animal you'll choose. And boys and girls, remembering if it's an informative text, it needs to be true facts, scientific information. And that's also going to engage your audience. And remember, my audience are my little brother and sister. So my first fact about polar bears. Let's see, what does your animal look like? Well, polar bears are white. They're fluffy. They have fluffy fur. It's fur. That's a fact. And also, they do have, if you have a look, and you can look at pictures online, they have really vicious, sharp claws. So I'm providing facts, but I'm also using adjectives to make it extra interesting. Okay. I'm going to do dot points because this is my plan. So it's almost like a list, okay, but still a capital letter. White, fluffy, fur. Oh, I know it's not the E-R sound, and we're going to be learning about this sound next week. All the different letter combinations that can make the sound, but I know that it is you-are. Yes, that sound looks right. White, fluffy fur. And I said vicious, sharp claws. Oh, vicious is such an interesting word. Sharp, sharp. I can hear SH. Like in car, far, bar. I know that's AR. Sharp, P. Vicious, sharp claws. Where does your animal live? Well, I know that my animal, the polar bear, lives in the Arctic, and that's the name of a place. So we need a capital letter, that's right. And to be more specific, because remember, scientific information, and we want to engage our audience, they live in the Arctic, but they live on ice-covered waters. So I'm giving more detail. So, capital letter at the start of my dot point. The Arctic. On ice-covered waters. So interesting. Ice-covered waters. The Arctic on ice-covered waters. Good. Just rereading to make sure it makes sense and is interesting for our audience. What does your animal eat? Well, did you know that polar bears are actually carnivorous mammals? They eat mostly seals. Okay, so that's a lot of facts in there. Really exciting. So I'm going to say polar bears are carnivorous mammals. They eat seals. Wow, so much information. Polar bears are carnivorous. Wow. Super long word. Carnivorous. And when there is OUS at the end of a word, that means full of. The OUS means full of. So it means that the animal is full because it only eats meat. Polar bears are carnivorous mammals. And then I might put a little hyphen there because I'm just continuing that thought, saying they eat seals. Okay, polar bears are carnivorous mammals. They eat seals. Okay, how does your animal survive? Did you know that polar bears have 2 layers of fur to keep themselves warm, but they also have a layer under their skin called blubber. And that blubber keeps their temperature really nice and cozy inside so that they don't freeze to death. So, once again, so many interesting facts. I'm going to move this up. How does your animal survive? They have 2 layers of fur, just planning out loud. Capital letter. They have 2 layers. Layers. I can hear the L at the start. Lay. Ooh, I know that AY makes the A sound. Layers. ER makes the R sound. They have 2 layers, S on the end, because it's more than 1 layer of fur. And a layer of blubber. Blub. Bull, bull, bull. For blue. Bull, B-L. Bull, umbrellas up. U. Blub, B. And there's 2 of them to make it look right. Blub, E-R for the sound. Full stop at the end. They have 2 layers of fur and a layer of blubber. Wow, this is fantastic. And when I do my writing tomorrow of my proper informative text, because this is just my plan, I might add even more detail and more facts. But I'm just going to quickly reread to make sure it makes sense and looks right, and I have been successful with my purpose. Information about polar bears. What does your animal look like? White fluffy fur, vicious sharp claws. Where does your animal live? The Arctic, on ice-covered waters. What does your animal eat? Polar bears are carnivorous mammals. They eat seals. How does your animal survive? They have 2 layers of fur and a layer of blubber. Yes, it looks right, it makes sense, it sounds right, and we have achieved our purpose today, which was to inform my little brother and sister, as they were my audience, to inform them about polar bears. I can't wait to see what you decide to research and write about.